We're back! Did you miss us? Good, because, well, I missed you anyway. How are you, Wilhelmina?
Well, I was better before you started talking. And second-guessing all my decisions.
Were you better? Really? So welcome to the Fingerdoo review. I took a break from reviewing Drag Race because, girl, I needed it. And wouldn't you know it, season 16 was a hoot and holler. Did you enjoy season 16?
It was a hoot and holler.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't regret not reviewing it because it actually allowed me to enjoy the season, just to watch it.
Yeah, and then you didn't have to, fight back from saying mean things about Q every week, so...
I mean, I still said them, I just didn't do it on camera.
Just said them to me in my ear, quietly.
Quietly. A chance to be a fine thing. Here we are, 9 seasons of All-Stars in. And we kicked off this season with season 13 finalist and the first transgendered male to compete on Drag Race, Gottmik. Now, wowie, wow. She looked fantastic. That wig alone.
That wig was amazing. Yeah, Gottmik, I was thrilled to see back because I thought Gottmik just crushed it.
Yeah.
On her season. And it
was a great introduction.
It's just a great season.
And Gottmik's charity for this season that she'll be raising money for is the Trans Lifeline.
And next, through the workroom doors from top 3 on season 5, top 4 on All Stars 2, Roxy Andrews.
That's right, because we had the first Mean Girl, which was Fifi O'Hara season 4, and then Roxy Andrews came along and picked on Jinx for season 5. And then she came back for All Stars 2.
Yeah.
And I felt at that time that it was a total redemption arc for Roxy. She just didn't even seem to be there to compete. She was just there to do whatever. She never argued with anyone.
It was obvious in the roast that she wasn't there to compete because...
I am a huge Jinx Monsoon fan, and I was not about to give Roxy any flowers for being a mean girl, but I felt that the meanness that she had with Jinx seemed to have learned a lesson because she wasn't being that way with anybody. And now here she is on All Stars. She doesn't need to be nice. This isn't a redemption arc part of her life. This is the Roxy Andrews 3.0. And I'm excited to see because I don't think she's going to be mean-spirited, but I don't think she's going to pull any punches. So what did you think?
Roxy, I was maybe less thrilled about her. I think I'm still holding a grudge from her being so mean to Jinx, but everyone else seems to have forgiven her. I'll find out if Jinx has forgiven her, and if Jinx says it's okay, then it's okay.
We'll call Jinx. We'll find out.
We'll give her a call.
Now, I have to say, I did not like what she wore in. She looked like she just got back from a slutty mall.
Every mall is a slutty mall.
Speaking of the slutty mall, third through the doors was Vanessa Vanjie Mateo. Her exit after getting the pork chop on season 10 made her an instant celebrity, and so much so they brought her back for season 11 where she made top 5.
Yeah, well, she cast a long shadow on season 10.
Yeah.
That was a running joke the whole time.
Yeah. I feel like she's been on an All-Star before, but she hasn't. This is her first one. And I love me some Ms. Vanjie. She is never at a loss for words. She
never
always
runs
unique.
out of words. Yeah, I think with Vanjie, you're getting a lot of personality. And personality can take you a long way, but I kind of want to see what else is going on.
Yeah.
Or falling off. Yeah. In the case of her bobby pin jacket.
Oh my God.
She's going to be naked by the end of the episode.
Someone's losing an eye. Someone is losing an eye. Vanjie's charity of choice, which I loved because it was unexpected. I kind of went, what did she say? The ASPCA.
Yeah.
Not the gay SPCA.
No.
The ASPCA.
I mean, there's gay dogs.
Of course there are.
There's gay cats.
Of course they are.
Fourth into the workroom, Angeria Paris Van Michaels, finalist from season 14. One of my personal faves. She did amazing.
She may not have had the best accent as far as she was concerned. She might not have had the best drag as far as she was concerned. Well, she had some great drag.
She had some great drag.
I loved her entrance outfit because it wasn't what she wore in her season. It was that leather one-arm bandit thing with the chaps. It was very unlike her to wear that. So to me, it said that Angie was here to give us the full Monty. Her charity of choice, the National Black Justice Coalition. So
no justice, no peace.
Hey, it's national. Fifth through the doors was a queen who has comedy and acting experience up the wazoo, so Angeria better look out. Nina West, looking all kinds of fabulous. She is season 11's Miss Congeniality, and I feel like this could be Nina's season to win because she does have such a great sense of humor. I think her Achilles heel is that runway.
It is the runway. I love Nina. I was thrilled to see Nina back in the fold again. But yeah, and I assume that, maybe she made some money on her Hairspray tour. So
well, you think that hopefully there's been some reinvestment.
Because I've been seeing her on Instagram. She's got some fabulous.
She looks great.
Some fabulous looks. But are you going to bring those looks with you? Are you going to?
Yeah.
You going to buy something new? Yeah. So I'm very excited to see Nina. I'm excited to see if she brightens it up on the runway, and I'm excited to see if she's learned how to use a sewing machine. No, I think the other queens are going to be scared of her.
Yeah. If they're not already. Nina has chosen the Trevor Project for her charity.
6th into the workroom, another season 11 queen, Plastique Tiara, the most followed drag queen on social media. Yeah. She looked gorgeous.
I can't believe she's actually wearing less makeup than she did on season 11.
She looks so good.
She looks so good.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Plastique.
I think she's totally capable of being funny and vivacious. And
confidence can take you a long way in these acting and comedy challenges. If you're bombing and you just act like this is what you do all the time and you tour the world doing this and this is how it's done, you can go a long way.
Yep.
You can go a long way.
Yep.
Just don't make us feel awkward and uncomfortable when you're
Pack a lunch.
Floundering.
You'll get there. Plastique's charity for this season of All Stars is the Asian American Foundation. 7th through the doors was the itty bitty witty powerhouse Georges from season 14. I have to admit that on one hand, I'm surprised she's back for All Stars.
The hand that tells the truth.
Yeah. So soon. But it has been 3 years.
Has it?
Yeah. It was 2 seasons ago, but then they filmed it. Yeah. No, she's shrunk actually.
She's so tiny.
Yeah. And
she's so weird.
I have to admit, I am happy to see her. I thought she did really well her season.
Well, I mean, we got to see a lot of her because she ended up in the bottom a lot. It's a backhanded compliment when they call you the lip sync assassin because that means you had to lip sync way more than the rest of the queens. We'll see if she's a lip sync assassin in this season when it's the top 2 queens that get to lip sync.
Yeah.
We'll see how many times you're lip syncing Georges.
Yeah. Georges' charity for this season of All Stars is the National Alliance of Mental Illness.
Next into the workroom, all the way back from season 1, the first queen. Through those doors, Chanel was there. And she was also in All Star season 1, where she got to ride Chad Michaels' coattails and made a fantastic
alternate
runner-up. I mean, we knew that she had no chance because that was the Chad Michaels redemption season.
That was
hi, Chanel.
Their apology to Chad Michaels for season 4.
We're like, terribly sorry.
We didn't really expect Sharon Needles to take it from you.
We didn't know. I have a weird relationship with Chanel because I actually saw her perform live in Vegas before she was on Drag Race, because I've been on alive for a very long time.
You're very old. And I was
unimpressed. And so when I saw her on a TV show, I was like, and then I continued to kind of be
Yeah. I have to say, I'm kind of excited to see her come back only in that I think she's a great queen, especially an old school queen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think she's...
You mean old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chanel's charity of choice is the Anxiety and Depression Association of America. So after the queens all kind of kikied and got together, Ru arrived in a very busy shirt-suit combo. Now, I know the eyes have to travel, but they need to land somewhere. I'm just saying. That road trip was a little busy. Seriously.
His eyes get tired.
Yeah. This was a different season of Drag Race because the queens, even though they would win a title, a scepter and a crown, and bragging rights, no money.
No money.
All the money is going to charity.
Who's this charity girl getting all this money?
I heard this was RuPaul's tax break season.
That makes sense, yeah. There's always a little part of me that's like, RuPaul, you have all the money in the world right now.
Gobs.
Just slip the girls a little $100 bill every now and then. Just have a little something in their panties.
Just to keep them honest.
Just a little some.
Hey, Mama sees you. Mama sees you.
I do like that it's for charity, so that maybe the stakes aren't quite as high.
No.
But I do like it when they're just competing for badges and no one's getting kicked off and everyone has a chance to shine and have a good time. I'm not really there for the drama. Like on the regular seasons, I don't watch Untucked. I don't care.
No, I don't care. I don't watch Untucked anymore either.
Show me the competition. That's all I care about. I don't care about who's mad about the judging. I was like, well, I thought that was unfair. I thought I deserved to be in top is like, well, you're not one of the judges, so shut your mouth, Q. Wait, wrong season. I'm so sorry. I gotta get my.
But we didn't linger. We got right to the mini challenge. The library was thrown open, and I love it when they do the reading challenge. First, they didn't do it for All Stars 8. No, for some reason, that's the only All Stars where they didn't do it. It was eschewed for some reason.
Well, I think it makes sense for them to start off with a reading challenge, because...
Well, they all know each other.
They all know each other. The queens are doing it anyways. You might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And they're all... It's a very fun time.
Angie was first up, and she burned Chanel for her long, long, long career. And that when it came to talent, Gottmik got none.
Gottmik was up next and just raked the queens over the coals. Her crack about Vangie's shriveled black liver being 15 face tapes away from hosting RuPaul's Drag Race was one of my favorite reads. And I think one of RuPaul's favorite reads.
I need to say, I don't think I have laughed this much during an episode of Drag Race in years. This is how you read.
This is how you read.
These are friends reading. There's no anger or hate. And if there is, it's buttered up with love. So I really was very, very impressed with Gottmik. That was a fabulous read. Plastique didn't do too bad. She did better than I thought she was going to.
She did a lot better than I thought she did.
Yeah, she threw Angie's "you ugly bitch" back in her face. And it worked. I like how she thought that was enough to prove that she had a personality, but all she really did was copy Angie's tagline.
I mean, it's a good tagline.
But Sweet Beach, she's pretty.
She's very,
very pretty.
Nina West was up next and did pretty well, just as well as I expected.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to be maybe a little saucier than she was.
Yeah. She was kinder. Yeah.
She was a little kinder, yeah. You know, some basic jokes. She went for some low-hanging fruit with Plastique and read Roxy Andrews for her weight, and
I thought that was a brave move.
Well, yeah.
She's a big girl herself too. I don't see Roxy as being big, whereas Nina's lurchish.
You don't?
I'm just saying. I was worried for Chanel's read. If memory serves me well, and at this age it doesn't, she wasn't very good at it on season 1, but she zinged Angeria for having a name that sounded like an STD, and Gottmik for having a reputation of canceling her gigs. And by the reaction from everyone, including Rue, that one cut deep. Yes.
Deep,
very, very funny.
Oh, I love it when we pull back the curtain a little bit.
Yeah.
Georgia's got to follow the bloodbath, and she was all right. She had a good time.
Yeah, she didn't suck.
She read Plastique for having it's not even a meaty tuck. Like it feels like it's like in front of where her crotch is supposed to be.
I have to say, when she entered the workroom for that long body shot, I have to say, I thought there was something going on. I thought there were a few snakes on that plane. Do you know what I'm saying? It was like, but then, because Plastique Tiara is one of those beauty dolls, she doesn't always wear nylons. So sometimes that's just skin tone. Do you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with anything, just the way the shadows are. But I thought it was very funny that Plastique, that George just pointed out, and then they cut to Plastique, and it was like, oh, yeah, that's a meaty guy.
Yeah, there it is.
This is the season that has given birth to the term pamper pussy.
Yeah, not pamper your pussy, just wear Pampers on your pussy.
Oh, she got a pamper pussy, girl.
She got pamper pussy. It's a little droopy.
Motormouth Maybelle herself, Miss Vanjie, was next, and I seem to remember her reads on her season being long-winded and without a point.
Fair.
This time around, not so long-winded, but she still was looking for that point, I'll tell you what. But she loved telling the crew how to edit the footage together to make her look funny. I love Miss Vanjie.
If your reads are going to be funny, then make sure that everything else around the reads is hilarious.
Exactly. Just keep smiling. Yeah.
And then Roxy closed out the library, and she went in.
Yes, she did.
She read Gottmik for being Violet Chachki's assistant.
So funny.
Burned Nina West on her Miss Congeniality win with the classic, with a face like that, you have to be nice. You should be nicer. And called out Miss Vanjie, who she didn't know was going to be there today. And clearly by her outfit, neither did she.
Oh my God. I didn't think that Vanjie was going to come back from that one. That was so funny. Vanjie just about lost her mind. She cut the cameras! Cut the cameras! Needless to say, when the dust settled, Roxy won the mini challenge, but more than a couple of those queens gave her a run for the funny. She got $2,500 for her Miracle of Love charity in Orlando, Florida. So here's to Miss Roxy. Good for you. And then it was time for the Maxi challenge. The queens would be writing lyrics to and performing the season's theme song, Drag Queens Save the World. So before they got to that, they unpacked, they made friends, they picked on the old people. They wrote their lyrics. There didn't seem to be much problem with that. So.
No, they didn't really have that much focus on struggling about their lyrics at all. So.
No. But there was some conversation about how the different states that the queens live in are dealing with a lot of the political issues that are holding queens down, like canceling Pride and canceling drag shows and that. So it was a great instigator for that conversation. And then we didn't see them filming recordings, so apparently that must have gone very well and without merit. But they did film them doing choreography, and there's nothing better than watching a bunch of queens, 8 in this case, all standing around on a stage waiting for one of them to take the reins and just do something.
Come on, you're all-stars. One of you better step up.
Yeah.
So Georgia stepped up.
Yeah.
And then kind of regretted that she stepped up. I mean, part of the problem with Georges is when she steps up, no one can see her. You got to step on the little apple box.
So you got to step up and then stand up on.
Way up. So she was trying to hurt those cats, and she now wandered off the back of the stage at one point.
Oh my God! I've never been more afraid of somebody breaking a hip than at that moment. Call the medics. Yeah.
Hope she takes her calcium
Yeah,
supplements.
no kidding. And then it was time for the runway. I have to say, I thought Ru looked gorgeous. I don't remember the last time she had on a wig that looked this good. I'm going to say the Delta Burke days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this wig was breathtaking on her.
It was a throwback.
The dress was all right. The pink feathers, it was all right. I've seen worse on her.
Well, for the neck up, I thought she looked like Little Orphan Annie. So it just kind of looked like Little Orphan Annie had fallen into this, like, big pink haystack. Just rolled around and was like, oh, I look amazing. I'm going to go do one of my songs now.
Michelle Visage was there. She looked gorgeous. Ross was also there wearing one of his sequin baseball jackets, which I think is as close to the sport of baseball as Ross likes to get.
Does he know that we watch every week?
I just think he's trying to sell them. I think he's got them in the store in Palm Springs. I think so. It's his own line.
Oh, really?
Joining them this week on the judges panel was the scintillating Kiki Palmer. And can I just say, I don't think we've had such an invested guest judge. She was at home.
Oh, I love
She had
Palmer.
no qualms about telling people what she liked, what she didn't like. She did it. I really enjoyed it. Something else that I enjoy, which I normally don't, is RuPaul performing. And Ru lip-synced to her new song, Hustle, which gives us the phrase, put your whole kitty in it, which
Yeah. They don't like it.
I didn't like
They don't like it when you put your whole kitty in.
Not the whole kitty. Save a little kitty.
Yeah, the kitties don't like it.
Save a little kitty for later.
They scratch you.
Yeah.
They scratch you so hard.
Yeah, maybe just one paw.
So,
what did you think of her performance?
I enjoy it when Ru performs on these shows. But that's the thing. The problem is, especially on a smaller stage like that, with those backup dancers, it just makes her look really stiff to me for some reason.
And
I don't know what it is.
Hugely tall, or all those men are incredibly short. And they're not. RuPaul's 8 feet tall in heels and wigs. So
I think maybe my problem is because it's a small stage and there's backup dancers, I'm paying more attention to the backup dancers.
Yeah, but look at them. They're gorgeous. The one with the beard. Shut it. The one with the beard. So then they kicked things off with the queens performing Drag Queens Save the World. Gottmik's verse was first. I thought she did a good job. She looked good. I don't know. I don't like the starkness of her signature white face, but I like that she had on something other than black.
I love that face though. I'm still not tired of that big white face.
No, I like it on her, but not for everything. Nina was second, and I have to just say, she was halfway done before I realized she was performing.
Oh, yeah.
It just kind of happened. There was no lead up. There's no warning. She looked fantastic. I loved her wig. I loved her outfit. She didn't look like a superhero, I guess, and she did a good job. She did a great job. She sang her verse and
which I
beautifully,
appreciate.
Yeah, and did an excellent job.
Very much appreciate it.
But yeah, I don't know. She didn't blow me away. She wasn't a weak link at all.
I don't think there were any weak links.
Everyone did an excellent job.
I thought everyone did a good job. It's just some people did a better job. I thought Plastique looked stunning in her barely there outfit.
Oh my God. Her rap was good. She did a good job.
And then Angeria came out and it started.
She killed it.
Oh
my God, she did such a good job.
She owned the stage. She Yeah, she looked like she was supposed to be there. Those backup dancers looked like her.
She sang the first half, rapped out the second half.
Did a great job. The lyrics were,
fabulous
and poignant and meaningful.
Speaking of fabulous, Vanjie killed it as well. I keep forgetting how good a dancer she is.
She's a fantastic dancer.
Yeah, and she just owned that stage.
And those backup dancers looked like her dancers.
Yeah, they really did.
This looked like the Vanjie touring show.
Yeah.
I've done this number a million times.
Yeah.
These are my dancers. We're all fabulous.
Yeah. Speaking of, I thought Georges did a good job too, but I hated that Donna Reed wig she had on with the bondage bathing suit. It just was a disconnect for me.
Yeah, I don't know who Donna
I wish
Reed
she'd been in one of her typical wigs or something that led towards that pink flip, whatever was going on.
I bet Georges...
She didn't look bad, but it just was distracting.
But I'll bet Georges doesn't know who Donna Reed is, so...
Well, then don't put on her wig. Chanel looked fabulous, but for a number where you're doing a lot of spinning and dancing, there were a lot of chains hanging off.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Just a lot of pieces of flair on there.
Yeah. I feel like she's incapable of subtlety, which is fine. I'm not asking for Chanel to be subtle.
Yeah, there's something subtle about drag.
But at the same time, how is she doing it over the top?
I think it is just that Vegasness. Like, there's a certain tackiness.
Her age combined with the tackiness of Vegas.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, Vegas, it's so fabulous, it's so glamorous, it's tacky. Las Vegas is the tackiest place in the entire world. And when you're there, it all makes sense. But when you take a Vegas queen out of Vegas, you're like, that's a little bit much. A little bit tacky.
Yeah.
It doesn't always translate to the real world.
Yeah. Also, I wasn't a big fan of Chanel's lyrics because they started off as a brag track, like how great she is.
Yeah, big it up.
And then she kind of seemed to remember, I'm supposed to be saving the world. So the last few lyrics seemed to all just be word salad with the key phrases in them.
Well, there was very few lyrics I found. Of all of them, I would say I was the least enthused about Chanel, but that may just be me being my Chanel
self.
Hatred? Is that too strong of a word?
You never liked her. Just say
I never liked her. I don't hate her. I don't like you. I don't. No, it's not like I hate her. It's just that I
don't love her.
I just don't love her.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Roxy killed. But she wore the worst outfit to do it.
Yeah, but I was confused. I was like, okay, this is an undergarment, and then you're gonna put on like a girdle or a corset, and then a dress, and then the rest of your outfit. I was like, did you just go to Lululemon and be like, do you have something sparkly? Because it looked like a yoga outfit from some yummy mummy from Las Vegas, maybe.
Also, I hated that she had that hair. It looked like the hair she walked into the workroom in.
Was it?
A bob.
Was it?
No, I don't think it was. I think it was a different cut. But still a bob. Like, it was still... It's like mall hair. It's like... And nobody said anything. I guess because they're not being eliminated, they're not getting read too hard for things. I don't know. And then it was time for the runway.
The runway category is... Signature look. Signature fragrance.
Yes. What did you think of this runway?
I thought it was an odd choice. Because as people were coming out, I was like, oh, so you're supposed to be dressed like your bottle? And then as it went along, it was like, oh, you're just supposed to be...
Selling
is this about
bottle?
The ad?
Yeah,
is this about the... I was confused about where the focus was.
Because the fragrance thing has been a challenge before, and they walked down the runway with the bottle they created and a look, and that made sense. So it was almost like this was the Cole's Notes version of that.
Yeah.
Like they were just getting... Like, we're just going to do this. We just won't watch them create it.
Just bring a bottle from home and just do whatever.
Yeah. Gottmik's fragrance was Crash. She had that big chain. She literally could have been wearing anything at this big black dress. I mean, you couldn't see much of it, but the big chain was the big feature. Nina West's perfume was Criminal, and I didn't hate this. I didn't love it, but her structured dress looking just like the bottle was lovely, but I don't know.
I was confused, and I was like, was it a top hat? What are you going on? What's going on?
I don't know, yeah. Plastique Tiara was next with her fragrance Fantastique.
Fantastique.
And oh my God, speaking of fantastic, this outfit. Oh my God.
Wings on wings on wings.
Double wings. Double animated wings. Suck on that. Courtney act is all I felt was going on with that outfit.
And they worked. And
she looked gorgeous with them open, with them not open. Stunning. It was such a breathtaking look.
And she was funnier than I thought she would be.
Yeah, no, I think you don't expect anything, so anything she does is well received. I think that's how it works with her. Angeria's Southern Belle, so funny.
Les Southern Belle.
So funny. Her dress was gorgeous. What she had to say was hilarious. The bottle looked cute. I thought she did a great job. Yeah. Vanjie's Toxica.
The entire thing was confusing.
It was weird. That's her signature look. That's a signature look with Vanjie. Is that body suit with a mask, like a gas mask?
It was, I mean, only Vanjie could have pulled that off because, like, nothing really made that much sense. Her presentation didn't make much sense.
She looked gorgeous.
None of it made any sense.
No,
I'm like,
it just didn't.
But I don't care because it's Vanjie. I'm just enjoying the show.
Yeah. Just keep up or get out of the way. Georges with her little Chiquita perfume.
Little Chiquita.
It was cute. She was cute.
She's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Nice. And Chanel was Chanel number 1. First of all, that was funny on a couple of levels because she's the first queen in, but also Chanel number 1. But what was funnier was Rue's going, you don't want to smell Chanel number 2.
That was the only thing I found funny.
That made me laugh my head off.
That's the only thing I found funny.
But that outfit
I was like,
she had
Chanel
on.
sounds like Chanel. It's just spelled different.
Yeah.
It's not... I was like, was that the first joke that you came up with?
Roxy's Never Sent Home. She looked gorgeous. It was such a beautiful dress on her and the way it shaped her and the bottle was gorgeous. I thought she did a great job.
There was the judging.
There was judging, there was judgment, there was opinions, it was mostly 11 because again, no one's going home.
It's all-stars. Like, they can't really go in on you for the usual things.
No. But the two they enjoyed the most were Angeria Paris Van Michaels and little Georges.
Little Georges.
And I have to say, right out of the gate, I was like, oh, well, this will be a fun win for Georges. Just because it's Georges. She's
a lip-sync assassin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, at that point I was like, it depends on the song. It entirely depends on the song.
And then it was Whitney Houston. Not just Whitney Houston's $1 Million Bill, but the Freemasons radio edit.
Then I was even more worried for Angeria.
Oh, no. The minute I heard Whitney Houston, I knew Angeria was going to take us to church. I just knew, based on what she'd done before, I knew that this was going to be fine. And it was. Especially the minute Angeria whipped out that white handkerchief and went full Whitney, I started laughing.
That's fantastic.
And she had that whole Baptist strut down, the church
She
strut.
took us to church.
Oh, yeah.
She told us she was going to deliver us a Park and Park.
Yeah.
And then she ran all over the
That's
park.
her opinion of a...
If that's your Park and Park, that's a very active parking, I have to say.
No kidding.
There was some parallel. You backed into something. You turned around. Because, I mean, that would be my approach. If I'm up against a really good dancer, I'm just turning to jokes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
Yeah. And what's funny is Angeria was funny. Like, her physicality was funny.
Her face makes me laugh.
Her face always makes me laugh, but
your face just... All the time. Anytime I'm feeling down, I just... at least, could be worse.
She was channeling Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston, all of them. Yeah, they were all there, and the Lord our Savior at the same time. And so it was not a surprise to me that when the dust settled, it was Angie that got $10,000 from the National Black Coalition. And then, this was the thing that I thought was a neat twist. Because no one's getting eliminated, and because they want to raise as much money for charity as possible, the winner of All Stars will get $200,000
$200,000
for their charity. And the way you win is having the most benefactress. Simone. Oh my God, that was so funny. When Rue did that the first time, I laughed my head off. But the badges, the one with the most badges wins. Or the two with the most will go, whatever. So they're able to, the winner of 1 week can stop somebody from winning a badge the next week. Oh. It doesn't stop them from winning a lip sync or raising money for their charity. It just keeps them from winning a badge, which could keep them from winning the whole shebang. And
I like it.
I like that too.
I like it. If no one's going home, you got to throw in a little bit of...
Well, and it makes people try a little harder. It's not just like, well, I'm not going home, so I don't have to try. It's like, no. Yeah. If you don't raise money for your charity, they're going to cut you.
They're going to cut you.
Charities are all nice until you don't bring them cash.
And then you need a charity. Yeah. For a giant pair of sparkly red shears, the Ruby Snippers.
So funny. Whoever came up with that needs a raise, needs to be paid. That was hilarious. It beat the hell out of the Golden Beaver from Canada.
It beat the hell out of that beaver. And those beavers can take a beating, let me tell you. I've watched lesbian pornography, and those beavers can really take a beating.
And who did Angie give those Ruby Snippers to, you ask? Well,
I do ask, who?
after much deliberation, she went down that line. A couple of bitches were scared.
Oh, she milked it.
Ooh,
She
but it was
milked it.
Roxy Andrews that she gave the Ruby Snippers to. Do you think that was a good choice? She's a strong queen.
It's a good choice. All the queens are a lot more scared of Roxy than I expected them to be.
Yeah.
So that kind of made me wake up. I was thinking, it was like, oh, well, you might want to give it to like Nina.
I thought that it was going to go to Nina.
It might be a comedy challenge next week, so Nina's going to be a big challenge. So, yeah, but after, you know.
Yeah, I was surprised it was Roxy.
Okay, I was
Because Roxy's not going to
surprised.
win an acting challenge.
Yeah, I was less surprised after I thought about it, and then like, well, they're just still scared of Roxy. They're just still scared.
Yeah. Which brings us to episode 2, and that had the queens all, well, most of them relaxing in the workroom post
Snip.
snip, exactly. Georges admitted that she would have given the snips to Nina West.
Yeah, I think Nina's a good choice.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that if you can't give it to...
I mean, if you can't give it to Angeria, because she was the one giving it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it to Nina. Give it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Nina and Angeria will be getting the snips a lot this season. Roxy arrived, acting all kinds of hurt, but it seemed to be mostly in
It was
good
all in
fun.
good fun. I do like that they bring the Snips queen in a little bit later,
Yeah.
so everyone can dish, and
Yeah.
then she can come in, and we can have a moment, and everyone can make fun of her.
Everyone can like look at her and
Yeah.
judge.
And
Yeah.
you know, winning a
Yeah.
badge this week.
The next day, Rue's video message was a Kel'Thuzad, evoking all sorts of images of self-gratification. Yes. And then Rue showed up in his pajamas. And for some reason, Bruno was there. I'm assuming that Bruno was there to lure Rue out of bed.
The reason Bruno was there is because he's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, yeah. He seemed to look extra tasty. I don't know.
Extra tasty
I don't know
in
if they have an
the
extra
yellow
filter on him. I don't know
underwear
what was
or
going
I
on
don't
with
know.
Bruno, but
Yeah.
I mean, Bruno always looks tasty, but he looked extra tasty to me.
Yeah, the reason that Bruno was there with a palette and a little painter's cap on and everything, I don't know if your eyes got up that far.
No.
But that's what he was wearing. It's because it was this week's Maxi challenge was not just a ball, but it was the paint ball. Yes, yeah. There were 3 categories for this. The monochromatica, the drag imitates art, and then the final one, which was the paintball eleganza, where the queens would not only be making their own outfit, but then painting it.
Oh,
Yeah.
exhausting.
Yeah. This was, I think, the right time for somebody to give Roxy that gold, the Ruby Snippers, because she is a sewer. She has done so well in every sewing challenge every time she's been on Drag Race. So right away she wasn't going to be able to reap much reward from this if she was going to win, as I was expecting her to. But that didn't stop her from helping everybody.
She helped everyone.
Everyone.
I mean, I guess the nice thing about knowing that you're not getting a badge is that if you help people and they end up winning, like, you're not really shooting yourself.
No,
No,
it's not like you worked your way out of getting a badge. You weren't going to get one anyway.
We're going to get one anyway.
So might as well help some people. But what I
Help some
thought
people.
was amazing was that Roxy helped everybody. There wasn't one person. At one point, she even looked at Nina and went, "Nina, you okay?
Yeah.
I'll come over when I'm done this." But she did all that and was still able to finish a 3-piece outfit and paint it. I have to say, the only thing that I was worried about was black again. You've been wearing a lot of black, honey. Like, it's like another mall look I was worried about, yeah. Even Chanel was helpful, helping Georges out with that stenciling.
Yeah. You don't use a brush and a stencil.
No. You need a sponge for that.
You need a sponge.
And after seeing Chanel's Christmas house...
Oh. All her outfits make a lot more sense. Yeah, she does not know the meaning of too much.
Yeah, no.
It's like, what do you mean too much?
No, it doesn't.
What do you mean too much? There's
exist.
space. You can still see some of my skin. I need to put something else on it.
And then it was time for the runway. Rue looked good. I love this dress. This looked like a painting, this dress.
It looked like
really
it looked like it was made out of like candy.
Yeah,
just like pulled hot candy.
Pulled taffy or something. Yeah, spun candy. It was gorgeous. And joining...
I've pulled taffy before. She doesn't like it.
No,
she doesn't like it at all.
Don't do much around taffy. She's just going to slap you. Yeah. But joining Michelle and Ross on the judges panel this week was Stephanie Hsu from Everywhere, Everything, All at Once, among other things. But that's the last thing I saw her, and she was so good in that. She did such a good job. And it was time to hit that runway, and the category is monochromatica. Angie went first. She had on a lime green leotard with a big white meringue wig.
That wig. Oh, I just wanted to eat up that wig.
Yeah. She looked gorgeous.
So, Chanel was up next, all in kinky pink.
That's what she said.
Kinky pink.
I hated this wig so bad.
Oh, you don't like this wig?
No, another mall special.
Wig?
I don't know. No, it just isn't doing anything. It wasn't a drag wig. It was a mall wig. It was pink and all, but
it had roots.
Yeah,
it was pink with some roots. Yeah, it had her signature shoulders. It had her signature hips.
Yeah, it was all right.
It had all the stuff we expect to see from Chanel. She looked good in it.
Yeah. Roxy wore ravishing red, and I thought she looked good, but I did not love this dress. This dress looked like it was part of the Make It challenge as opposed to something she came with made.
Yeah, the nude part of it looked a little like baggy or something. Like there was something going on with it that I didn't understand. But I don't understand things. I get angry. I'm angry all the time. Next down the runway was Gottmik in Donatella Purple.
She looked good.
Yeah,
nice hoodie is always nice. Yeah,
she looked real
subtle. Yeah, all purple.
Sparkly.
What do you say? Nina West's outfit was called Two in the Pink, and I didn't get this. It was weird. She had this weird, paper towel dispenser in front and this weird feathered hat that was a pink triangle, but you had to be standing at a certain angle to see it. Then the paper towel went up, and it was to represent her coming out of the closet.
I don't know.
I already hated it.
I didn't have blinds on my closet. I had doors. I didn't pull a blind up. Yeah. I mean, everything, she had an explanation for everything, but even after she explained it, I was like, oh. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is a triangle. Yeah. And it is a pink triangle.
Yeah. There was a lot of thought that went into this dress, except for the one thought about how it didn't look.
I think it's good to do a nod to the pink triangle, but I don't think anyone under 25 watching the show probably has any idea
what that means.
What it is. So. No. And then next down the runway, Vanjie in Michelle Green. I thought she looked so good in this nod to Michelle Visage. The wig was beautiful.
Yeah.
Her face was fantastic.
The whole thing was copied perfectly, except that it was green. It was just gorgeous.
Good.
Yeah, well done for Vanjie.
I was really impressed.
Yeah. Plastique Tiara was next down the runway in Gammon Crimson, and wow. It just was stunning. It was stunning. The whole thing was stunning. Gorgeous. I have nothing else to say.
Gorgeous.
Stunning. And well, it should be. It's plastique.
Then it was Georges in Kush Green, which it felt like she was like a little high Tinkerbell.
I hated this look.
It was fine.
I just thought that this look could have been better than just a leaf on her head and two on her shoulders, because a pot leaf just with the fronds is very sexy. She could have had that really been a gorgeous outfit, but
where's your buds, bud?
Yeah, she missed the opportunity.
Some buds.
The second category was Drag Imitates Art. Angie was first, and she went down the runway in Mondrian color block dress, which we've all seen this dress.
It was cute. It was a little on the nose for the reference, and when she came down, I had a completely different expectation for what the rest of the runway was going to be. So I was like, okay, this is kind of cute, but then once the rest of the runway happened,
it was an interesting choice. I feel like the choice stymied her more than what she did with it, because what else was she going to do with it? Yeah, it felt less inspired by than just transferred onto. Chanel was next in a Hakusai-inspired gown of classic Japanese waves, and I am just going to say I loved this dress. She looked gorgeous, the wig was gorgeous, the dress was gorgeous, the waves were gorgeous. When she turned around, I was confused by the boat that was on it. The little boat that was there. I thought it was a paper towel. I was like, what is that? The origami boat that was just stuck to the side of the tree. Because I have a version of this artwork in my home, except all the foam is just little tiny little bunny rabbits. It's very cute. It's adorable. Yeah. So I love this piece of art, but from the back it was a little disappointing, and I thought, I don't know, there was something about it that I just didn't like, and I think that something was Chanel. I think that's my problem. I don't think it was the outfit. I think my issue is Chanel. I'm just not going to like anything that she does. Yeah. Well, that's I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm so sorry. That's all right. You're allowed. I'm allowed. Take that. And then it was Roxy Andrews in a clearly Salvador Dali inspired dress. I like the mustache. The mustache was super cute. I like the melting clock. Yeah, it was cute. I thought the rest of the dress was a little. I mean, it was just like a Gregorian. Print. Yeah, it was. Nothing. It was a print. It served its purpose. Fun. I mean, the star of that show was the breastplate and the hat. Yeah, so well done. Yeah. But I do love the moustache. Mm-hmm. But the dress that stopped the show was Gottmik's ode to Edvard Munch's The Scream. At first I wondered why she was walking so slow, and then I realized what she was wearing was stoned, and she just had no strength to walk any faster.
8,000 pounds.
Oh my God.
8,000
Oh my God,
pounds.
the fact that she wasn't crushed under it is amazing. And it was just a hoodie dress.
Yeah.
The simplest thing in the world, but the fact that it was The Scream, that it was stoned within an inch of its life.
Stunning. Even her presentation, she's like,
Yeah, it was art imitating art, imitating art. It was spectacular.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Nina West's outfit because I really liked that she chose Tom of Finland. But it died after the wig and hat combo.
She said she wanted to do an homage to, masculinity.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think that was the right way to do it.
I would have thought it would have looked great with a nude top with sequined chest hair.
Or like even coming out as more of a drag king.
Yeah.
Kind of look to it. I thought there were a lot of different ways to go, and Nina just didn't go into any of the ways that I wanted her to. Yeah, it was a concept that I like more than the execution.
Vanjie's ode to Van Gogh's Starry Night. First of all, the fact that one side of the one ear had a big ruby cuff
earring. That was my favorite part. That was my favorite
for the
part.
ear. I thought that was so smart of her. And the poncho was cute. I like the asymmetry of it, but it looked like the whole thing had been tufted individually. And so because that's how it looked, I'm surprised they didn't work more colors into it, like the Starry Night painting.
If you hadn't told me it was Starry Night,
no,
I wouldn't have guessed.
No.
I wouldn't have guessed.
But the minute she said Starry Night, I was like, all right,
yeah. And then it was Plastique's turn with an ode to Yayoi Kusama, the Japanese.
Yes. Are you familiar with her work?
Artist, vaguely.
I'm not a fan of it, but I know what it is.
She's into dots, she's into polka dots.
And I thought that this dress was great, a great idea, but I don't think that Yayoi would ever do a dress like with a snake. I think the whole thing would have been printed. Yeah,
I didn't know if I was missing if there was a reference just going over my head.
Yeah, but I thought it looked great. Plastique, good for her. Well done. There were certainly more questionable outfits, Nina West, on the runway. So, yeah.
George's ode to Picasso.
Oh my God, was so cute.
Was so cute. Yeah. And this one, I did need once you saw the picture was up. It's like, yeah. And Jerry, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
This is a nod, not a law.
Yeah. And then it was the final category, the paintball eleganza, and Angeria went first, and she made 2 dresses, she said. She remade her dress, and this is what she ended up with. And it was this beautiful yellow, asymmetrical, there was a see-through element to it, but it was mostly just painted yellow fabric, and it was gorgeous on her. She looked spectacular.
Chanel's was busy and overdone and had too much stuff on it, and I didn't love it. Did you love it?
No, but at the same time, though, it was so well done. Like, as much as it had on it, nothing was done haphazardly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna throw everything at the
wall, that was it.
At least it was on thoughtfully. It was all. I mean, it made sense for Chanel. It was. Anyone else wearing that, I would have been like, what are you doing, girl?
And then it was Roxy's big reveal of her 3-piece eleganza, which was stunning.
It was
pants, a top, a big coat, all ombre painted. It was gorgeous, but it was like...
It was like she made an outfit, and then she didn't drag it up.
Yeah.
That was... Like, it was all very impressive. Like, I can do any of that. And to get that much accomplished in that amount of time... All very impressive, all very well done, but it just wasn't draggy enough for me. I wanted no sparkle.
Yeah, there was no sparkle. Like, I wish she had done the ombre in any other color than black. But she looked good.
And then we got to see Gottmik's painted creation, her Vivienne Westwood-inspired... I loved this.
It was gorgeous on her. The wig was stunning.
The wig was amazing.
Another piece of art on her head.
Yeah, absolutely
she looked
fantastic.
Great. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, this was my favorite of the painted pieces.
Yeah, I was thoroughly impressed with Gottmik, which made Nina West's outfit even harder to take. First of all, when Nina was describing what she wanted to do and she wanted to have like the paint pouring down, I thought, that'll be great.
It'll be cute. I mean, we've seen it before, but it'll be cute.
This couldn't have been further from that. She had that bad rainbow painted corset. And I did like the idea that she had attempted to make it look like she painted it with actual paintballs.
I mean... Anytime I look at one of these outfits and I think, I could make that, that's not a compliment.
No,
that is not a compliment to my girl Nina. Even the foam wig that she had on looked like she was like kind of made it that day.
It looked like it was paper mache project. Yeah.
Like I wasn't expecting a lot from Nina because she's not a sewing queen, but I was hoping for a little more than that. Yeah. I was hoping for a little more.
Yeah, a little something.
A little something. Something.
And then Vanjie went down the runway in what was a lovely dress, and she had painted on it some Puerto Rican iconography, which was lovely, and I thought her hair was gorgeous. Yeah. But that dress was too long, and she kept tripping and fighting it. Yeah. It just became distracting for sure.
Yeah. It was fine, and it was more, is she a sewing queen? But no. I didn't think, so for a non-sewing queen, I thought it was better than Nina's outfit, but I didn't think it wasn't that amazing. No. It wasn't an embarrassment, but it just outclassed.
She's not winning any badges with a dress like that.
No, that's for girl, sure. No.
You know what does win badges like that? Plastique Tiara. Holy crap!
I gasped because when I wasn't expecting it.
No,
I thought up until this point that the best outfit of the entire ball was going to be Gottmik's Scream one.
Yeah,
and then Plastique walked around the corner. I didn't know what I was looking at.
The sheath dress, first of all, where she painted the silhouette of her body naked, was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous.
And then that huge cherry blossom painting on that robe cloak thing.
It was so stupid and over the top, and it was stunning. It was stunning. We only saw that. I barely saw the sheath getting done, so I wasn't expecting it. It was very much a surprise. It was Kelsey Breeze.
Yeah.
When I wandered around the corner,
looked spectacular. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Last down the runway was Georges in her stenciled two-piece, which was gorgeous. She looked great, but that white bra was a lot of fabric. It was a lot of white fabric up front. I'm sorry she didn't stencil that too.
I mean, I get that she ran out of time because she got very focused on, and this happens a lot with some queens.
Well, she did it wrong for a
I'm
long time.
doing this thing which requires a lot of effort, and they kind of assume that effort is going to translate into the finished product. But it's like, no, girl, we're still looking at where you made.
Yeah.
So it was a good nod. It was a good try. It was like, you know what, I'm just going to pretend that I'm Madonna and I'm in a bustier and hope that nobody says anything except everyone is absolutely going to say something.
And again, I wasn't the worst one, Nina West. I'm just saying. So after much hemming and hawing and judging Nina's outfits, it was decided that the top two queens this week were Plastique Tiara and Gottmik, and rightly so.
Rightly so. No surprises.
No. And they had to lip sync to Harry Belafonte's Jump in the Line, which, of course, we all know from Beetlejuice. That movie's coming out. Are you excited?
I am excited.
The sequel, I can't wait.
Maybe that's why Nina wore that outfit last episode. Because she's so inspired by Beetlejuice.
We don't know. Maybe that's the Easter egg for the whole season.
Ooh.
But yes, it was Jump the Line, Harry Belafonte.
I always have a bit of a disconnect when when you're lip syncing to a man's song.
It's true. But I keep picturing Winona Ryder lip syncing to it as well in Beetlejuice, so that's what helps.
That's what helped. Yeah. For me, it was all in Gottmik's face, especially her eyes. She's got the most expressive eyes.
She looked gorgeous.
So it was great. As a lip sync, it wasn't, it didn't blow me away, but it was fine. Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah, I feel that if Gottmik had been up against anybody else, I'm not sure if she would have won, but then I also wonder, because I don't think that Plastique did a bad job. But
she didn't do a bad job, no.
But she also...
But I wasn't paying any attention to her.
Wasn't paying a single
I couldn't tell you what kind of job she did because Gottmik was capturing all of my attention.
Yeah, so well-deserved that Gottmik won her coveted benefactress badge and... $10,000 for her charity, Trans
Lifeline.
Trans Lifeline, thank you very much. And she got to hand out the Ruby Snippers this time.
I thought either Roxy was going to get it again, which I was like, that's
wouldn't
a little
that have
mean.
been awful? That would have been a little mean.
Or I'm like, I would have picked Angeria.
I would have picked Angeria or somebody with a badge.
Or George's. Pick someone with a badge
already.
Yeah, but little George's thing ain't going to hurt anyone. So... She gave it to Angeria, and I thought that was a very
perfect choice,
sensible choice.
Yeah, because Angie would give it to you if you were a threat. Yes. So yes, damn right, and well received. I think she knew it was a coming. And she threw it down first, so it was only right that it would come back to haunt her. But hopefully, it might not haunt her much more.
We'll see. Maybe it'll be.
The nice thing is that the queens now know that the only way to save themselves from getting the Ruby Snippers is to do your best to win.
Do your best to win.
Yeah, and also you're raising money for charity. You don't want to be the one that raised the least amount for charity. You know.
You don't want to be the also-ran.
Yeah. But I have to say, I am very excited for All Stars 9. If this is the first 2 episodes, I am so excited. Next week, it is the Snatch Game of Love, which I'm starting to like a little more.
I liked it more the last time I saw it, because usually I'm like, it's not my favorite Snatch
It really
game.
is down to who's in it and what they do, what they bring to the table.
I'm very excited to see what happens next week.
Yeah. There's only 8 queens, and none of them going home. I haven't read anything. I don't follow
no
any
spoilers.
of the...
I don't like any spoilers.
No, I don't either. So I have no idea what's doing anything. Nina, it'll be interesting to see how she does, because she did really well on hers.
Yeah. I think Injuria's going to do well. I think Gottmik could be fun. I think Chanel's going to be boring. I think Georges is going to be out of her element. But I want to see if maybe she's gotten a little better.
She might surprise us,
She's just relaxed a little bit with the improv.
Vanjie, it'd be interesting to see who she
Vanjie is going to be entertaining no matter what happens. It's either going to be a train wreck and be glorious, or it's going to be a train wreck and be awful. But either way, it's going to be entertaining, and I'm there for it. I can't wait.
Me too. Wait. Well, I am so excited for episode 3. I'm so glad that we are doing season 9 of All Stars. Now, I don't know if you're going to be available for other reviews, but you're more than welcome to come back. I don't know.
I'm a little busy during Pride Month doing shows, but I should be here.
So I'm not going to make any promises that Miss Box Farts will be back, but thank you for coming to this one.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. I also want to thank you all for tuning in. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel if you have not. And if you want to support this channel, please leave us comments. You can leave comments for Wilhelmina as well as myself down below.
Yeah. I only read the nice ones.
Yeah, well, she really doesn't read. Yeah. She waits for me to tell her which ones were bad, and then she doesn't read those.
Some of the mean words are very long, and so I can't sound them out, so I just water off a duck's back.
Yeah.
Water off a duck's back.
Also, speaking of down below, I have links to leave a tip or do if you'd like to leave a tip. Get yourself some Wilma Fingerdoo merchandise at my Redbubble store. There's also a fabulous shirt available with Wilhelmina Box Farts on it. It's gorge. And there is a link to join the Fingerdoo family on Patreon, where we have 2 live chats a month. Either way, regardless, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and miss us! Oh, mwah! Seriously.
Oh, that's tough.
Well,
I only lost 1.
You lost a nail. I didn't lose any. I'm so surprised.
And the dirty little nail I didn't clean off.
Dirtiness. It's not even, it's just nothing really.
It's barely there. It's barely there. The sequence that they take you. It's savage.
I know.
Oh, beauty.
That's why I made you wear